That sound means you're back on the air with the restaurant brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon. And we just finished talking with David Yoo of Davey's Ice Cream and Tiffany Ellman of Ophelia Restaurant Group. Both of these parties, Eric, they followed their dream and became successful entrepreneurs, but they jumped off the corporate rat race in order to do it. So now it's our favorite part of the show where we take what we learned from these guests and give you the unbridled truth and inside scoop. It's restaurant reality.
Absolutely, Robin. And we can certainly identify because we are corporate refugees, both of us. I mean, many of our customers, clients ask me, where did I work in my restaurant or where did I go to school in my chef school? And I did not. I mean, I came out of a corporate world. I was actually in the Big Five accounting with the firm KPMG for many years before I started We Sell Restaurants. And, we made the leap. And you joined from Federated Department Store, and there was a very big changes. But you had a little bit of an advantage because you had been an entrepreneur before you went to corporate. Tell us about that.
Yeah, and some folks do that, and I think it's actually a smart idea because I was in small business for myself, went into an MBA program, came out of that, and went into big business. And like you said, I was the vice president of strategic marketing for the Southern Division of Macy's, based here in Atlanta. And I know just from that experience how many of us were secretly or openly championing big ideas for the business and for the company that we wanted to see move forward. But you're so stifled in that corporate environment that sort of getting something through the chain of command was just a daunting task. In fact, it's much less daunting to just start a business of your own and move that forward than it is to sometimes move that corporate mechanism forward.
Yeah, it's very interesting because David and Tiffany both share today, they weren't corporate and everything, but then you go from a pretty restricted world to a totally free, wide open range world. And from David's like, hey, it could be a little overwhelming at the beginning because I am doing everything. I can do anything I want. So it's also scary because also you don't have unlimited resources or you don't have the millions and billions of dollars that some of these large enterprises have. So Tiffany talked about that. Hey, we opened a place 4 months. We had to close it down. We knew it was not going to work. That was not the right concept. So that's also something that, resonate with our corporate refugees or restaurant owners want to be here today, and also current people. Swallow your pride. If it doesn't work, take your losses, move on to fight another day. Do not let it go all the way down where it drains everything that you have. So that was very good advice. We've learned about also today. If you're doing this for, a 20 hours a week job versus your 40, 50 hours a week job that you had in corporate, Robin, they're up for a pretty rude awakening, isn't it? Oh,
that's right. We say lifestyle. We always tell people that the restaurant business is a lifestyle business. I'm not sure if that's actually code for it's a 24-hour a day, 365 days a year type of a commitment, because it really is. You do get the benefit of being able to set your hours. The unfortunate thing is that it takes a lot of hours, particularly in the beginning. And David kind of championed that point. He said, starting out, I'm here all the time, every time. I don't need to read Yelp because I'm living it. I'm living every customer experience. And that can be true. The reality is you don't jump off a corporate where you may be working 50 or 60 hours a week and think this is going to be a better situation in terms of hours and lifestyle, at least for a period of time.
Absolutely. I mean, and I was one of them. I know if you're in your car, you listen on the radio, my hand was raised when Robin was talking about lifestyle. When I originally started We Sell Restaurants and my business plan, I had pretty much a 2 to 3 hour lunch break every day that I budget in there so I can go to the gym and have a nice lunch and see some old corporate friends and everything. That went out the window about, a week into this, not even, because it did not work very well. I had to do a lot of work because I realized I was by myself in one-man shop office. I was the admin, the marketing, everything, and everything came under me. And then Robin would actually help, at nights after a corporate job until she joined full-time. So it was a very daunting task. And we've heard a lot today about the challenges of the hours, but also you got to look at from that perspective. They're passionate about it. So you don't count your hours when you do something we love. I mean, some people call me 7, 8 o'clock at night. I still answer the phone today. I don't have to, but it doesn't matter. If somebody needs me, they need my help, and I'm so passionate about helping people in the industry that I do it, and I don't like, oh, geez, another phone call. When you're in the corporate world, this is different, but that's where the passion drives your success.
And your results, on the other hand. I think that's absolutely true, because there's definite relationship between the amount of effort and passion that you put into something and what you're going to get out of it. But there is a hybrid, Eric, that we should talk about, particularly as restaurant brokers, because you don't have to just leave the security of corporate, because both these guys were incredibly brave. We did it with We Sell Restaurants, but that you don't have to just go into a startup. You can buy an existing business that already has some cash flow. So you kind of bridge that gap between, oh my gosh, there's no earnings there, or I'm starting from scratch, and there's already some assured earnings, and I can make something from this business. Isn't that true?
Absolutely. Hedge your bet, minimize your risk. If you buy a business that makes $100,000 a year already at the get-go, and you're comfortable that the earnings are there because they have good books or records, and you go in there and you struggle a little bit, and you lose 30%, you're still making $70,000. If you start a business that makes $0,
you could be in 4 months where Tiffany was and say, this one's got to go down because it's not working.
Exactly. So there is definitely some opportunity. Sometimes franchise doesn't provide you more guarantee, but there's a better system in place. So when David's like, hey, don't know much about marketing. I love making ice cream, and suddenly I have to do marketing. I'm still trying to figure out the books. I'm not that good with accounting. I'm working all this. Well, sometimes when you buy a franchise, say, hey, we have a resource for accounting for you, or we're going to teach you a crash course on accounting. We're going to help you with marketing. We're going to teach you a little bit what worked, what didn't work. And also you have sometimes 20, 50, 100, thousands of other entrepreneurs like you to own the model already. You can pick up the phone and you have a signing board over there. Hey, I noticed your sales went up. What was your secret recipe for this?
Exactly. And so you do have the corporate structure, but it's all on the franchise side. You don't have all that corporate overhead to carry. But you do, again, on the flip side of that, have a little bit of the entrepreneurial piece, that you can be somewhat entrepreneurial in your marketing, but you can't change the brand. You can't change what
Correct.
It looks like. So it's kind of weighing both sides of the coin again.
Yeah, for like David, for instance, say, hey, I got this great ice cream, I just make it. Can I sell it in my store if I'm a franchise? More likely they're going to say, no, you cannot do that, because that's not part of the model. So you do have a little bit of some restriction where, if you create your own concept like Tiffany and her husband, the sky's the limit. They do what they want to do, and they get up and they got an idea. They want to put something on the menu. They do it. They don't have to ask anybody. And then they see if it works or not.
Okay, so speaking of that, because we are running out of time to talk about listings, I want to share that we have some really great listings out there. We have a listing in Alpharetta, so a lot of folks who are doing that commute right now from the northern suburbs of Atlanta down into the city to work can just, drive across town 10 minutes instead of downtown for an hour and buy a bar and a grill. It's a franchise operation. It's got 6-figure earnings. Sales are over $1 million. And have been for multiple years. So this is a bar and grill for sale. It's a franchise concept with earnings of more than $100,000, and we could probably get some lending on it.
Yeah, so that's the semi-step. On the other end of the spectrum, once you move your life, your family, your lifestyle, everything, make a full change, move to North Georgia mountains, different lifestyle, buy a place that's asset. So it's got a kitchen, hood, grease trap, furniture, fixture, and equipment ready for your concept, and you live in a small town. Get your own restaurant, and you can start that up for $25,000. Listing number 4271 on WeSellRestaurants.com, which is a great way, if you're ready to make the plunge, go for it. Just like, don't be scared. There's going to be scary, but you're going to be okay if you prepare for it.
I like that advice. And as always, we're giving you advice in this segment of the We Sell Restaurants radio show. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. And remember, as Eric said, you can find us online at WeSellRestaurants.com. We encourage you to take a moment, like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/WeSellRestaurants, or post a comment there. Follow us on Twitter. We're at Sell Restaurants, and we're on LinkedIn as well. We Sell Restaurants is your industry authority and source for information, and we are the restaurant brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon.